Peace, y'all. Welcome to Voices of Reason. I'm your host, Justin, also known as The Yard. As you can see, we have a very special guest today. I'm going to let him introduce himself.
Hey, my name is Koo. I'm a motivational speaker. I am the owner of Stns LLC, which stands for Stop the Nonsense.
He said it's cool.
Yeah.
You know, if anybody has ever seen Class Act, cool. You know, let me get that out the way.
Right.
But you know, man, what made you want to start doing, like, you know, motivation? Is it because of the neighborhoods, the stuff that we've been going through, or was it? It could have been like, you know, what was it?
Honestly, I'm gonna say I had a situation where I had in 2015 where I went to jail for like a month and a half, 2 months. And in that time of me processing things, I just seen, like, listening to a lot of people's stories in there, looking at my own life, just thinking about things where I saw myself, things I wanted to do. I was starting to get passionate about speaking and seeing that when I speak, people like to listen, people gravitate towards me. So I was like, all right, this could be my calling, this could be my, you know, what I'm supposed to be doing. So I wrote down a lot of things on the back of a kite, and one of the things was being a motivational speaker. And I didn't take it serious at first. I did a lot of YouTube videos, but I wasn't really like trying to push the envelope to get myself out here. Last year, I got everything trademarked and things like that. So I started taking it more serious. October of last year is when I really started doing it, making it my everyday life.
Okay.
So I've let my family know, I've let everybody know that I grew up around, or just people I may just run into, speaking to them about what I plan on doing, what I want to do with my movement. And I've been getting a lot of great feedback that I didn't expect. I thought it was going to get like, oh no, so I thought it was going to be negative feedback, but I've got a lot of positive feedback and a lot of great ideas. And, you know, that's how we became, that's how we interacted, just me networking, so.
Okay. See, when you say, you know, saying you wanted to be a motivational speaker,
Right.
Now when it comes to like being a motivational speaker, it could be in a lot of areas of
Right.
different things, you know what I mean? So you thought about it as you was, you know,
Right.
as a crime evolved, or anybody else's story of a crime that evolved. I mean, has there anything steered you away from the crime part? Like, as far as, like, you know, somebody who is like depressed,
Right.
you know what I'm saying, you know, kind of motivate them to love themselves
Right.
and get up and get moving, or somebody who's hard to have a job or anything like that.
Right.
Have you been doing that kind of motivational
Yes,
speaking?
definitely that as well. Sometimes it's just me listening to somebody's problems, you know, somebody random. So that it's things like that, like people randomly say, I don't know, I got a gift I can't explain. Like, I make people comfortable and they say things to me, and they be like, I don't know why I'm telling you this, and then they'll spill off what they got to say. And, you know, sometimes I give feedback and sometimes I just listen.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So it's things like that that also motivated me. So it's not just about my community, it's other areas that I'm hitting as well.
Okay, that's a good thing right there, you know. And so you've been doing this for a while, as
Right.
you know, as you said before. Where did artwork and the designs come from? Did it just evolve with that? Like, was that a passion before or after?
No,
the
see,
motivation?
the designs aren't my idea. The only idea is the name and like what it stands for, and like my message. I put on like my message is, it's easy to be negative, it's hard to be positive. Because I think some people forget that negativity is easy to do and positivity is hard to do. So I just want to remind people of that. But I got this guy, my friend, this guy I went to elementary school, his name is Mark, and he referred me to somebody he knew. And this guy, I think they in North Carolina, and he made the Stop the Nonsense, my other logo. It's with a hand, Stop the Nonsense. And this logo right here, my cousin, I asked him to make my logo for me like this, and he just made 3 different designs. So this is just one of the designs that I picked to be on the brand.
Okay, to stop the nonsense.
Right.
I can dig that, man. So, well, I'm gonna kind of travel back a little bit, you know what I'm saying, maybe like last year. Okay, so you feel more comfortable about everything, you got to stop the nonsense.
Right.
Okay, what was your opinion on how America acted last year as far as violence is concerned?
Okay. As far as violence, I think America has failed, as have they been failing for a long time.
Don't
I
count the
mean,
years, man. We ain't got that much time.
2020, I feel like there was no progression. I feel like the community celebrated the wrong things. Something happened with Breonna Taylor. They passed a law to where in that state, I believe in Kentucky, they can no longer do no knock warrants. But to me, that didn't do anything because that's not what I want, not what most people want. I just want if a police officer kills someone that's unarmed, I just want them to do their time like me or anybody else. Like, the badge doesn't mean anything to me. If I'm unarmed and I got my hands up, you on my neck, or you say you feel threatened and I haven't verbally said anything, I'm just being myself. You know, I don't know how your day was been. I don't know how you feel towards people like this. So I just feel like 2020 was another setback. It's the laws. The laws have to change as far as punishment towards cops. Once they are being held accountable, I guarantee you they will stop killing people, period, and definitely unarmed Black Americans.
Well, yeah. I mean, from what I've seen, as far as the way we've been treated,
right.
This goes back probably before my grandmother was born. You know
right.
what I mean? So it's a lot that we have to understand as far as other people. You know what I'm saying? Basically, I want to say it's like a psychology kind of deal. You know what I'm saying? You definitely have to read somebody's mind. You have to learn their actions and what their next move could be.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's why, as far as like when we get pulled over,
right.
the first thing we do, put our hands on the steering wheel.
Right.
To let them know, I don't have nothing you
exactly.
need. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, for that kind of mentality, if you was to try to calm people down, what would be like your approach to that kind of situation?
In a situation as far as
like just, you know, speaking to the people, calming the people down.
Calming people down, I would just let them know as far as my movement, my ideas is different. I feel like we're doing the same thing that's already been done before. I have a different movement. My movement doesn't involve people putting their lives at risk. My movement involves just community, unity. So that's understanding. So that's just letting them know we gotta control our emotions.
Correct.
So, you know, I'm one to work on that too. So when we get mad, we tend to just snap, not think about, you know, what's really going on. We not process. We gotta process quickly and think about, okay, I'm mad, I wanna snap, let me smack in a kind way, a more respectful way, in a way hopefully they understand. You know, because we've seen how getting angry, how getting violent, that's never worked in our favor against them. So the thing that we have to do is stay consistent, continue to talk, communicate, and understand this is not going to happen overnight. The more and more we push the issue to them, the more and more they're going to have to listen. The people, like I said, just the unity, I believe, what I'm preaching and what I'm practicing and telling people, like, okay, we got to hold ourselves accountable. If we want this, we got to look at ourselves first, okay? So, and then you got to also think about, all right, how would I want this? How would I want someone to say this to me? All right, you got to think quick. You mad, you may not have much time to talk to this person, so you got to think quickly and think calmly and like learn to control your emotion, because when we loud like that and we doing all that, nobody want to pay attention to us. They just really, it gives them more reason to not want to communicate or even listen.
Okay, I understand that, but the reason I asked you those questions is because you have, stop the nonsense.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? All of that is basically built off of negativity,
Right.
violence, disturbance,
Definitely.
So that's why I felt like, kind of threw those questions at you.
Right.
You know what I mean? But on the motivational part,
Right.
what do you feel would be the best thing for the community as far as uplifting our people, having this be better?
Be better. I think just sitting down at the table, I've told people, I grew up in the streets, you know what I'm saying? I grew up in Spencer Project, so I went to a lot of schools,
Yes,
you know what I'm saying, growing up. So I know a lot of people from a lot of different areas. Got a lot of respect for a lot of people. A lot of people got a lot of respect for me. So I think what it is just understanding. Sometimes respect is just acknowledging a situation and realizing a situation is not as big as what people are making it out to be. It's okay to stand out, do what you have to do to take care of. And I see it as I'm on social media. I check people pages and things like that, and I'm seeing more people starting to get woke. I'm seeing more of this negativity is bothering people, and I think that's the key, because I hear a lot of people, they like, man, I like what you're doing, but I can't do it. You know what I'm saying? That's why and I was like, I'm not asking you to do it. And so when I tell people, like, I want to bring the community together, and when I say this area got a problem with this area, I'm not saying y'all got to be friends. I'm not saying y'all got to be buddies, but I'm saying if y'all run into each other, maybe y'all at the mall or something, it's mutual respect. Y'all ain't got to.
So basically, you're trying to tell them to have a common ground,
Right.
even when you're not in the area of your territory.
Right, because they do it in jail, but then they excuse is we have no choice. No, that's wrong, because you always have a choice.
Yeah.
So if you can have structure in a closed environment, why can't you have structure, that same structure, outside when you free and you able to roam wherever you want to roam? So I feel like that if you can do it in there, because to me, if you got a problem with somebody, if it's not every time you see me, that's not a problem. That's just a situation.
That's true.
So
But a lot of people don't think like that.
Right.
But as far as like you,
Right.
let's get to you now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? As far as the STNs, like how far do you plan to push this?
I plan to push it. I want to go to the government, honestly. I want to talk.
Are you trying to sit at the big table?
Yes, definitely. That's this is my biggest challenge, and I love challenges. So I'm going to do this until, I have no more energy left in me. But my biggest goal is to get to the White House, talk to the Senate, the President, Congress, the House, and just, I'm not going up there pleading or begging, but I'm going up there with facts and to see what's their motive towards allowing this to continue to happen, and what are they really saying to our community and to the world, as people that look like me or look like us. What are they saying to the world? Are they saying when we go at each other it's okay, but when someone, a government official or officer or FBI, whatever it may be, when they come at us, that's okay? So it's like, I want some understanding. I don't want none of these gray areas. I want to know how y'all really feel, and I want to speak for the community and be on and do things that I feel like we could have did in the past, but we didn't push the envelope. And I feel like now it's so many other organizations like mine, and that's pushing the envelope. And I just see more people are starting to care, and I'm willing to sacrifice and do what I have to do to make sure we are heard.
Okay, but as this is like just some of the things I've seen.
Uh-huh.
When somebody of our importance, what I'm saying, heads up there and try to talk to those people, do you
Right.
notice that it's just you versus maybe 6 of them just sitting there. And each of them have 10 questions, you know
Right.
what I mean? So there's just kind of an abundance. I feel like it's like a huge amount of pressure, you
Right.
know what I'm saying? Especially when they like, I'm gonna just say Mark Zuckerberg, when he
Uh-huh.
had to answer to all those people.
Right.
That's basically what the same thing we would probably have to do if we decide to go sit down with the government. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? Because they already have their team. They have
Right.
their team officials. They have people behind them and people behind them. You know, usually people like us,
Right.
we usually have a small team.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Compared to what they have. So, us being who we are, do you believe we can make a change if we do go up there? I mean, presentable, respectful, and knowledgeable.
Right.
Do you think we can have a change? Do you think they will actually sit down at the table with us and come to an agreement?
Well, we will get it to where a point where they can no longer ignore us first. So getting their attention to me is easy. It's the right attention to get their attention. So I see that, you know, the things that happen on Capitol Hill, like stuff like that get their attention. But I'm not trying to be negative about it. I'm not trying to cause ruckus or negative attention. All I'm asking is, you know, what I feel like is fair.
Yeah.
If you disagree as far as my opinions and the community's opinions about how we have been treated over many of years, I'm not gonna even go where we started, but I don't care how long it takes. We can be here for months, days, hours. Let's have this conversation. I would love to hear how y'all really feel about the community, and I will tell you some things that a lot of us feel, and how we can come together and change this and be a better United States. Because I feel like they say us, but there's really no us.
Yeah, it's us. When they say us, they mean United States.
Right.
They don't mean us like me and you.
Right.
So when they say us, they mean United States. You know, I had to get that out.
Right.
Okay, so as your slogan says, it says it's easy to be negative, it's hard to be positive.
Right.
Let's say that we are up there, you know, we're on a positive note. Like I said before, respectful and we're knowledgeable. Coming up there based on facts. But what we see as positive could be negative towards others because we are coming in and possibly damaging what they have in store for not only us, but themselves. You know what I'm saying? Because one thing I do know, and this is a big fact, people hate being removed from their comfortability.
Right.
Right now, they're in a comfortable state. So if we approach that matter and take them out their comfort zone, usually that starts like aggressive, people being aggressive, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like taking a toy from a kid. They get, you know, they get scared, then they get aggressive, you know what I mean?
Right.
I would feel that would be the same situation if we did that, you know what I mean? Like, me personally, I would be prepared going up there, like mentally, I'll be prepared.
Right.
But as far as like everything else, you know, I have to fall into place.
Right.
Like, what would be one of the first things you would have to act on if it came down to that situation? Because usually, if you go talk to a government, they are using words that are disrespectful to you.
Right.
Most people don't know the definitions of these words that they're speaking.
Right.
But you know, somebody of knowledge, if you go up there, you know that you're being disrespected. How would you handle that? Because you know, most people like us, we on that. What you say to me?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but you can't say that up there.
Right.
Like, how would you handle a situation like that?
I would just point out, okay, well, this is exactly why I'm up here. I would just point out what I see or what I'm hearing. So if you, this is an example of a reason why we need this to change.
Okay.
If you want me to be in this country, I need to be treated just like everybody else. I need my rights. I don't need to, you know, we shouldn't have to promote things like this, like my business, Black Lives Matter, things like that. People that say all lives matter must be blind because it's a fact. I mean, how many times have people been killed unarmed, not being aggressive, and they continuously get away with it, you know.
That's true.
So it's like, if all life matter, then why aren't any convictions? Why did the Trayvon Martin situation happen? You know what I'm saying? We could keep going on different many situations. So it's like, if you're going to hit me with the negativity, that's exactly what I'm speaking on. And I'm asking you, you want me to live here and be comfortable, so how can I live here and be comfortable like you? So I want them to put themselves in my shoes. So if your granddaughter or grandson brings someone that look like me over to their house, to your house, how are you perceiving them? How are you going to accept them? Are you going to say, no, they can't come in? You know, if something happened to to their friend and they crying to you, Paul, you know, Grandma, you going to help my friend out? Is you going to look at the color and, nah, well, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I want you to explain, then you explain it not to just to me, you explain it to everyone. They can see what this is, and then we can decide how we can move forward as a country and as a community.
See, at the bottom line, it has what it says, stop the nonsense.
Right.
It doesn't have to be just in the streets.
Right.
The reason I was asking these questions because it happens in the government, you know.
Right.
People don't see that, but you're a gifted brother and you can see that. And I hope you do make a change for the better for everybody around, you know what I mean? Because I know you got a team behind you. I know you got a lot of support from your family and your loved ones, man.
Right.
And we definitely appreciate you on that one, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? What you can do, people right there, they just want to know how to get in contact with you in case anything, they need you for something, man.
Right. Yeah, you can get a hold of me. My office is at 10th and Farnham. I'm on Facebook, STNS LLC. That's my Facebook business page. My personal Facebook page is Cool STNS. I'm also on Instagram, STNS LLC. I'm on Snapchat as well, STNS LLC. Check out my website. I do have new merch coming, stns.cloud. There will be more for the movement, so stay tuned.
Once again, you are an intelligent brother, man. And I really appreciate you coming on the show today.
No
you know
problem.
What I mean? And once again, gonna have to wrap this on up. Let me stop that, We're gonna have to wrap this up, man. I really appreciate y'all tuning in to the Voices of Reason. I'm Justin. I'd say peace to y'all. Enjoy your day.